Boxing on Channel 5. Defending his name, his legacy. Harlem Eubank. Battling his way up the super lightweight rankings. Can he remain undefeated? Big Fight Live. Eubank versus Uruzquieta. Friday at 10 on Channel 5.
This is Joe Pugh for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. We're here at the Canary Riverside Plaza in Canary Wharf with River Wilson Bent. It's a massive, massive fight week for you. A big, big opportunity for you to make a statement and to announce yourself as a big contender. So, first of all, before we get into it, how are you and how are you feeling ahead of this fight night?
Yeah, I'm all good, man. I'm just nice and relaxed. I'm full. I've been eating loads. My weight's been bang on all the way through this camp. We only had 3 weeks notice for it, but I boxed literally 3 weeks ago on Saturday. So like I say, mate, I'm cool, I'm happy, I'm confident, ready to go.
Yeah, kind of. We knew the day Anthony Joshua versus Jermaine Franklin, but the undercard was only announced really like 2-3 weeks ago. So did you get as little notice as kind of the fans did buying tickets?
Yeah. I got 3 weeks. So obviously I boxed on the Saturday, and then on the Sunday I got the phone call for the fight. Obviously I've just come out of camp. I'm always in the gym. I'm a gym rat, as I've said before. So my coach rang me and said, AJ fight, O2 Arena, Ammo Williams, you up for it? And I was like, you knew the answer was always going to be, come on. Obviously, first of all, it was money. So we had to go back and forth in Matchroom and sorting out money and see what's going on. We came to an agreement and bam, we're here now. Yeah, ready to go.
Were you glad it worked out the way it did with you getting back into winning weights? Obviously, back end of last year, the Shiraz fight went how it did. But as a kind of little confidence booster, get rid of the ring rust and kind of be throttled into a massive fight.
Yeah, that's it, mate. I'm not scared to go back on the small hall shows because you get a lot of the fighters who they box on the big shows and that's all they want. They always want the big shows, the big money. So I don't mind jumping back on the small hall shows, grabbing a win and getting myself in these opportunities because sometimes you don't really get. If you're sitting there with losses on your record, people look down and be like, "Oh no, he's got a loss." Don't know that. But if they see that you've been out there, you've been active, you're getting wins, they're like, "Okay, cool." And like I say, I got the win on the Saturday, and I'm here. I'm here now. So.
Let's talk about Ammo then. 3 weeks notice, but he's kind of a relatively big name. He's fought over here before. His name's been bandied about with the likes of Felix Cash. He's been in there with Kieran Conway. Had you seen much of him before you knew you was fighting him?
Not really, no. I've seen the Kieran Conway fight. So Conway lives up the road from me and myself. I do a lot of sparring with Kieran. And yeah, that was it, man. I always knew he was good. I always thought he had fast hands. And yeah, that was about it.
Do you think a lot of people are writing you off wrongly for this fight on Saturday night? And do you feel a little bit disrespected in that fashion?
Not disrespecting, man. Everybody's down to their opinions, and everybody can have their opinions. But I feel like people will be taking a lot from the Hamza fight. 2 different fighters there for one. And you know what? I've learnt a lot from that Hamza fight. Okay, I was only in there for 2 rounds, but I'll tell you what I've gained from that fight, being in there and the knowledge and what I learnt about myself in that fight. It's a different boy coming out. A different man coming out and say that, not boy.
Looking at the way that fight played out and being in there with Hamza, you say you learned what you did. Does that show his level? Do you think he will go on to the highest levels of this sport?
Mate, to be fair, if I'm being honest about Hamza Shiraz, mate, he is a quality operator. I've got utmost respect for the guy. Do you know what I mean? In and out of the ring. And yeah, I think he will. I think he will dominate most of the divisions. He will go up through them. Yeah.
Do you rate him higher than Ammo Williams going into the fight? I know you've already fought one, so it's hard to say at this point.
It's hard to say at this point, obviously, but yeah, I 100% do rate him a lot higher than what I've watched. When I watched Hamza, there were things that were noticed, but there weren't that much of a difference. But we did notice some things. But when I watch Ammo, I see things, a lot of gaps and a lot of stuff where I'm like, oh, okay, that would work for me. With the Hamza fight, he had the height on me, didn't he? At all, he was a lot bigger guy than me, but. It doesn't matter anyway. Whatever you think, whatever happens on Saturday night, we'll know as soon as we start letting our hands go. There you go.
And going into it, I know it hasn't worked out the way people thought it was going to, but Felix Cash being on the card versus Sagani, yourself versus Ammo, did you feel a little bit overlooked? Because if we're being honest, you have been brought in as the setup fight for that fight in June.
Yeah.
So you really just going to want to put a spanner in the works in that front, isn't it?
100, mate. I want to turn the odds upside down. But I did think when I thought Felix Cash was going to be here, and I thought them two were going to be beefing each other on the tables, and I'm just going to be sat there with my arms back of my head thinking he's not even looking at me. He's just going to be surely focused on Felix, and I'm just going to come here, swoop and steal the show. But you know what? You surprised me, to be fair, today, because I thought he'd be a bit more, I don't know, just different. I thought he'd have a different persona, and to be fair, he was quite respectful, and he's on job and he's here to do a task, and that makes it even for a better fight, because we're both ready for a good fight.
Let's talk about the main event. Obviously, being on an Anthony Joshua card, it doesn't really get much bigger than that. So, to get that opportunity, to get that platform, massive for you, however it goes.
Yeah, 100%. Like on an AJ card, it's everyone's dream, isn't it? Everyone who boxes as an amateur, through an amateur to being a professional. Like a lot of people, what would they do to be in my position right now? But yeah, it's a dream, and I'm here, and I'm here to do the job, and I say it's a dream, but I deserve to be here, 100%. Like I've trained all my life, and I've dedicated my life to this sport, and it's about time that I get on these massive shows like this, and let time to show what I'm about.
Eddie Hearn always says the winner stays on with these fights like this, so surely your plan is to make a statement on Saturday night and stay on Matchroom, stay on the zone, and really get some momentum behind you.
Yeah, that's the dream, man, and set me and my family up for life. That'll be the plan.
Last one then. In your mind, how is this fight going to play out on Saturday night?
I'm just going to take it to the trenches. If it goes to do what I've got to do to get him out there, do what I've got to do to finish the fight. I know that I will come out victorious. I'm very confident and I'm ready to go. So let's get this on.
River, thank you very much for speaking to IFL TV. Is there anything else you'd like to mention before we close up?
Just want to say thank you to everybody who's coming out. Obviously, it was very short notice. I've done a lot of tickets in the short space of time that I had. But I'm off social media at the minute. Because as soon as I found out about the fight, I just thought, let's concentrate on this now. Let's keep headstrong. And yeah, thank you everyone. So I'll get back to everyone after the fight.
River, best of luck on Saturday night, mate.
Yeah, thank you.
Refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,